Google just did something surprisingly un-Google. It made one of its accessories better for people who don't even own a Pixel phone. And honestly, that small move might tell us a lot about where Google is heading next. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. Here's the deal. The Pixelsnap Charger, which launched alongside the Pixel 10 series, isn't just a simple wireless charger. It's built on the Qi 2 standard, basically the Android world's answer to MagSafe, using magnets to snap your phone perfectly into place for more efficient charging. Now, that part isn't new. What is new is this. The charger actually needs firmware updates to stay optimized. And until now, if you weren't using a Pixel, you were kind of left out. That's where things just changed. See, if you own a Pixel phone, the whole process is invisible. Your phone automatically downloads firmware updates and transfers them to the charger whenever it's docked. You don't need to think about it, check anything, or do anything manually. It just works. Very Apple-like, ironically. But if you're using something like a Galaxy phone or even an iPhone, the charger still works because Qi 2 is universal, but you weren't getting those updates, which means over time your charger could fall behind in compatibility or performance without you even realizing it. And that's a bigger deal than it sounds. Wireless charging standards are still evolving. Efficiency improvements, heat management, alignment accuracy, all of that can be improved through firmware. So if your charger isn't updated, you're not getting the best possible experience, even if your phone supports it. Now, Google has quietly introduced a solution, and it's very Google, in both a good and slightly frustrating way. There's now a manual firmware update page that lets anyone update the Pixelsnap Charger, even without a Pixel, but the process is a bit quirky. You have to plug the charger's USB-C cable directly into an Android phone running Android 16 or newer. Then you open the update page in Chrome on that phone, and only Chrome, by the way, not desktop browsers. From there, you can check for updates and install them. So yeah, it works, but it's not exactly seamless. Still, the important part isn't how polished the process is, it's the fact that it exists at all. Because this answers a big question people had when Pixelsnap first launched. Is this ecosystem just for Pixel users, or is Google trying to build something bigger? And now we have a pretty clear answer. By enabling firmware updates for non-Pixel users, Google is signaling that Pixelsnap isn't just a Pixel accessory, it's meant to be a broader ecosystem product, something that can compete in a world where Apple's MagSafe already dominates, but with an open standard approach. That's a big shift in mindset. Google has a history of making great hardware and then keeping it locked too tightly into its own ecosystem. But this move suggests a more inclusive strategy, one where accessories are designed to work well across brands, not just within Google's own lineup. Of course, it's not perfect. The fact that you can't update from a desktop browser feels unnecessarily restrictive, and physically plugging your charger into your phone just to update it in 2026, that's not exactly futuristic. But let's be honest, the alternative would have been worse. Google could have easily ignored non-Pixel users completely and kept updates exclusive. Instead, it took the extra step to support them, even if the experience still needs refinement. And there's something else worth noticing here. This update page wasn't loudly announced. It wasn't part of a big keynote or a flashy feature drop. It was quietly added, discovered by users, and then confirmed through support pages. That tells you this isn't about marketing. It's about infrastructure. Google is laying the groundwork for something bigger behind the scenes. If Pixelsnap continues evolving like this, with better compatibility, smarter updates, and broader device support, it could become a serious player in the accessory space, not just a side product for Pixel fans. And honestly, that's the most interesting part of this whole story. Not the charger itself, not even the update process, but what it reveals about Google's long-term thinking. Because for once, it looks like Google isn't just building for its own users, it's building for everyone. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.